The quote "forgive and forget" has always been something that's circulated, and I've never really been on board with it. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm all about forgiveness. I think forgiveness is very important, and I think the focus of forgiveness should be about the internalization of forgiveness, that process, the process of not carrying the burden of resentment or this sense of need of closure or something from that other person or that situation, or wishful thinking or regret. I think coming to peace with things, forgiving what occurred and what happened, moving forward for yourself. And this is generally, I think that's good. Obviously, there can be exceptions to anything, right? People who are victims of very, very heinous crimes and things of the nature, maybe they choose not to forgive. Maybe they choose to move forward. They find that peace with themselves, but they'll never forgive the parties involved. And who am I to say that that's wrong, right? The reason why I feel that people should forgive is because I don't think people should sacrifice their peace as victims. Or some people don't like that term, and I don't mean to say it as to victimize everybody, but sometimes people are on the receiving end of trauma, or on the receiving end of mistreatment or abuse or disappointment, betrayal. And those people, they don't deserve a lifetime of burdened thoughts or negativity. And then sometimes you still have to deal with these people, or you choose to work past it and you choose to move forward with these people. And in those cases, I think it's even more important to forgive, because now it's not only for your own peace of mind with yourself in that past situation, but for your possibility to move forward and grow from that together, whatever relationship you may have with that person or people. Now, forgetting, I'm not on board with forgetting. I wish people would not say that. Forgive and forget. Why? Why would you want somebody to forget the wrongdoings that somebody has done to them? Oh, well, why are they thinking about it? They're living in the past. I feel like it makes people bitter. Well, that's why they forgave. That's why they found peace within themselves with the situation. They're moving forward. But I think it's very important that people don't forget the things that they've gone through, the things that maybe people have said to them that made them feel a certain way, or done to them, or something that they viewed as traumatic, because those sorts of memories and those sorts of situations have since created boundaries. They've begun to uncover patterns in people, right? In another video, I talked about second chances, and this is a situation where if you're constantly forgiving and forgetting, throwing it out, where you're not allowed to bring it up now, maybe because it's your own rule or somebody else's. If you talk about it, you're living in the past. Oh, well, you accepted my apology. You can't think about it anymore. It can't be anything ever again. Sometimes that forced forget can lead people into turning a blind eye to patterns when people are showing you who they truly are. When you feel good in theory, about somebody in your life, but in reality, the role that they're playing in your life and the person they are to you isn't actually somebody who's good, isn't actually somebody who treats you good or uplifts you or helps you grow. And I think we see this all the time, right? And it's not just romantic relationships. I feel like a lot of the times that's people's go-to for thinking about this, and I understand why. But sometimes it's your family. Sometimes it's your best friend. Sometimes it's a bunch of your acquaintances and that circle of people that you hang around all the time, because maybe it's comfortable, maybe it's what you're used to, maybe you guys grew up together, whatever the case. But the same way, I don't believe people who are showing a pattern of bad intentions or taking advantage of others, they don't deserve second chances. you know, if they've already shown who they are and they've consistently done so, I don't think that forgiving and forgetting helps people process that and think about whether or not this person does deserve more and more chances, does deserve this continued place in my life. And yeah, but on the other hand, sometimes people don't. They do deserve those second chances because they are a good person in your life and they do have good intentions, but they're human and they made mistakes. Maybe they've disappointed you. Maybe they did do something bad. Sometimes we give more slack to certain people because, you know, we believe in them or we have hope for change, and sometimes it truly happens, right? Not always. And that's why it's important to be cognizant and to not forget and to be looking out for whether or not this person's doing it again. Are they still lying? Are they still hurting me? Do they make me feel bad about myself? Have they crossed lines? Are they abusing me? This stuff is important, right? Abuse can be emotional, mental, physical, etc., etc. Oh, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, basically, sometimes these people do change, right? We always talk about people changing in the worst like way. They've changed. You know, they've gotten worse. They've regressed. They don't treat me as good. But people can change for the good as well. You know, the same way people can change in one way, they can surprise us and change in another. And in those instances, forgiving and forgetting still wouldn't be right. You know, you guys, you lived through something. You set boundaries because of something. You felt pain and moved forward because of something. And you don't have to forget that to be at peace with that and to understand that and to have learned more about yourself or the other person or the other parties and what you want, what you deserve, whatever the case. You learn a lot from those situations, and it's great to forgive. But I don't think forgetting helps anybody except maybe the person who's hurting others. I think we should forgive, but I don't think that we should forget. And I think we should always take a moment and ask ourselves who the people in our lives are to us, why they have the role that they do, what they offer you, whether it just be they're a good person, they have good energy, they make me smile, they make me feel secure in myself, they uplift me, they help me grow, they've always been there for me. Something, you know, something. There's always something. And sometimes if we take the time to not forget about everything that happened and actually review it, it may tell us a lot. It may tell us that maybe we really should appreciate those people, right? Like, oh wow, I remember all the good, and I remember even in situations where they made a human mistake, maybe they fell short in something, the way it was handled was so good. The way it was handled, we move forward. The progress has been phenomenal. Maybe it uncovers something different. What role do they play in my life? Why are they in my life? You know, this person doesn't help me grow. This person doesn't make me feel good. This person doesn't respect me. This person hurts me. And maybe you were just focused on the way you love the person, the way you care about the person, the way you wish they cared about you. And that's a big difference. And it's important not to forget the timeline of events and things that people do and say or that happen in general, because of the ways it might help you grow as a person and the way you establish relations and boundaries and things. But this is just my opinion. I definitely want to know what you guys think, because I can understand the sentiment of forgiving and forgetting. You know, when we think of forget, maybe it's very flexible in the sense of like, don't not fully forget. That's not what it means, you know, right? I understand that. It definitely is trying to say the right thing. But I think hearing that from a very young age and all throughout life, and without people sitting down and just conversing about it, sitting down and truly saying, and this is what I mean by that. Sometimes it can go over people's heads. Sometimes they may realize that they have internalized this whole idea of, well, if I forgave them, I have to be quiet about it, and now I have a little bit of hurt left, but I can't talk about it, and it's not valid anymore because technically I've accepted an apology, and that's not true. That's not true, and that's manipulative. And that's not going to help anybody, not the people who deserve it. So, but let me know, what does forgive and forget mean to you? What are some situations where you've heard that and used that, or it's come to mind, or whatever the case? And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm excited to see what you guys say about it, because I think about this a lot. In relation to second chances and just people in our lives. I think it's very important. I think it goes hand in hand of remembering the person people show you they are, the person that's under the mask that you see glimpses of. It's important to not forget. It's important to remember the way people treat you, the things that you go through, and the way it makes you feel. And you can do that peacefully. You can do that responsibly and for yourself and for others. Welcome to the fam. Okay. But yeah, have an amazing day. Thank you guys for your time. I look forward to hearing from you, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And definitely let me know if there's another topic you guys want to talk about. Let me know in the comments. But all right, bye. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. One, I just woke up when I filmed this. It was just free flow thought, and I liked it, so here we are. But my voice is mad crackly. I'm like, yeah, and like, anywho, two, I'm super whitewashed right now, and it's because those lights broke. So now this light is just flashing on me. One, it makes me look like I got no blemishes. That's a lie. Two, I don't even have freckles right now. And yeah, it looks like I haven't seen the sun in 14 years, but it's fine. I just wanted you guys to know about these changes.